Alright, mouse. This cord is a real pain in the ass.
It's fucking hot in this house, I'll tell you that. I'm almost ready to turn on the AC if it keeps up.
Damn. That looks good.
Oh, thanks. My wife thought so too.
No comment.
I thought she did a good job bandaging it up.
Oh. No, this truck, Weston made it look pop. Got the wheels, right?
Made it look pop.
I'm uploading it now. Just when I send it back to you, go into GE and look how I feel so you'll know. But I'll say it again. When you set the rotation on your wheels, and you have to make sure the rotation, once you rotate it 180 degrees for the left side, you got to make sure you go up to edit, freeze transformation, and freeze the rotation back to 0 after it's rotated, or it's going to automatically going to take that 180 and flip it every single time in G. But your basically your wheel, when you put it as a child as a transfer, you set it, and then you make sure that all the stuff on the wheel, the actual physical wheel, is all zeros or all set back to normal, and you do your translation and scale on the main transform, which won't affect it in the game at all. But if you have rotation on the actual wheel, it will flip it every single time in game.
So all I had to do was I froze the translation, but it always throws. I'm probably doing it wrong.
Yeah, well, see, when you click a freeze transformation, there's 3 options. There's translation, rotation, and scale.
Right.
And you got to make sure that you click the check mark into the box rotation in order to freeze the rotation. Because if you don't have a check, it won't freeze it.
Oh, so just where it opened up at didn't do me no good to do it.
Yeah. So.
Oh, dang.
But I got them all in place. Back 4 wheels were actually up almost near the cab.
Oh yeah, I was having so many issues. I was just bringing them in and.
Yeah.
That's right there. I don't know if we'll have a trailer tall enough to hook to it, but
Yeah. Well, what I did on the front 2 wheels, I actually scaled them a little bit wider
yeah,
because they seem to be a little too thin.
they were real thin.
Yeah, so I got them like 1.2 on the X, and I moved them in a bit, so they look really decent on the front now.
Oh yeah, that picture looks good. Like I said, all I gotta do is the cab. I can bake the cab. Well, I
Well,
don't have
see, well, yeah, you don't have to rebake the cab. All you got to do is take the piece in Blender,
yeah.
and just move the UV map to color mat 0.
Good evening, folks. Sorry about that. I was going to say good evening, but they kept going, so I switched to another channel for the moment. I'm a little limited on playing tonight because I managed to cut my fingers a little bit, so it's kind of hard to play. But I'm going to switch back to the other channel now, and yeah, all right, hold on.
Trying to do one of my trucks one night and it just wouldn't work. That's
Yeah.
why. Because when I bake it, I don't knock it down at one notch.
Hmm.
So when I didn't click rotation, it didn't do me a bit of good to freeze it.
No, because the only thing when you first start install the game, usually translation is the only thing checked here. But now the bottom box is always checked, and it has to be always checked.
Yeah.
Because if you don't check keep the bottom box checked, it messes everything up.
But at least now,
All
like I
right.
said, they won't have 19 lights, but it'll still be a nice truck if we can get the a trailer to work for it.
You might have to build a custom trailer for that.
May have to.
Well, that's what Cayman was doing with his. He actually was building trailers for it.
Hmm.
But see, if you do get a trailer, I mean, it's only to lower basically stretch basically make the rear axles higher up, and the supports higher up. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. What I done to that, the chassis was a lot thicker. I made the chassis thinner in Blender because that chassis was really thick. And I'm like, maybe we can get a trailer on it if I do this, but
Hmm.
I don't know. The yellow truck had a logging body on the back of it,
Yeah.
and but that will work in game. We'll figure something to do with it.
Yeah. And if you want to, that screenshot I just sent you in up. If you've seen my mods, you know how I crop the shop picture out and I use it for the store picture
Yeah.
because it shows the price and everything on the bottom.
Oh yeah.
And then I once you crop it out, then I scale it 512 to 512, and that becomes a store picture. I find that makes it a lot better for a store picture too, because
Oh
technically it is actually in the store.
yep, it is.
Yeah.
I got a whole lot of stuff to still do to it, but I figured I was gonna try to get them wheels right. But see, I was doing the freeze transformation, but I just didn't have rotate check. I
Yeah.
probably I still got a
Yeah.
lot, a lot to learn. And make that one.
And evening to everybody watching the stream.
Well, we got to watch our P's and Q's. He's streaming.
Oh yeah. I like Rebel Combat song.
All right, I got that.
But I didn't say nothing about watching our T's and A's.
Mm.
Rebel, lay down, son.
And for those seeing posts on Facebook about the Dakota trailer, the trailer's great and all, but watch where you get it from because unlike most trailers, this one's actually been fixed. The doors are on the bottom of it. All the animations are correct. The lights all work. The one you usually find on groups like Facebook and whatever, yeah, half the shit ain't right on it. So this one here is on my Patreon if anybody wants it. Otherwise, you're going to get a trailer that's a piece of shit.
Doo-doo.
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 No, I don't say doo-doo. I say what it is.
Doo-doo Dakota.
Yeah.
Just like every other mod out there. It's garbage. Downloaded 2 more garbage mods tonight.
And they send them to me, and I end up fixing them, or Winston fixes them, or
You know how many
Let's
fixing
just
17?
the P500 by doing those.
Literally 80% of the shit that was put out, I had to fucking fix.
Yep.
Oh yeah, a lot of the stuff right
It's
now.
fucking ridiculous.
Would you
I
download?
fix it and re-release it as fixed. People get pissed off at it. I said, "Why are you pissing off me? I'm the one that's fixing it."
oh,
I'm even doing that here in 19. That big M500 mower.
mm-hmm. That's
Took
one of the
it took
that's
me
one
about
of the
3 days
first
to fix
ones.
that.
Yeah, that's one of the
that's
first ones you got a
one
hold
of
of
the
and had to fix.
Yeah, that one took me about 3 days to fix because I had to put figure out how to put all the new digital displays and everything in the new setup.
Mm-hmm.
Between that mower and my cat telehandler, I pretty much had to put any type of digital and analog stuff in the mods now. It's 84%.
And no, the color select doesn't work on it yet because I don't know.
Color select.
Because I haven't
On the
did that for
Dakota.
you yet. It's because I haven't did it for you yet.
Oh, okay. It's Winston's fault.
That's gonna have to be moved down in Blender too. That one step problem.
The what?
The Dakota is probably going to be done the same way in Blender, where it's baked. And then again, it might take the colors. I don't know.
So how do you get a mod back in Blender after it's already been
You export it out of GE as OBJ.
and then import it into Blender as an
Import
OBJ?
it into Blender, and then you got it. But when you import it back into Blender, that you're going to have to add in the create material on it, and add the texture back in before you export it back out as i3D.
Yeah,
What
'cause it's
field did I
already.
take?
Oh, so it's going to come in untextured when you.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah, but the texture that it had will still be recognized because the UV layout is still going to be saved. So
No,
as long as you take the texture that was on it originally, you're fine.
this is not very easy to steer when the fucking
I've
fingers
had
you need to
trouble.
steer can't push buttons.
I've had trouble with the transform groups when you try to kick them out and open them in Blender with a transform group in it. Most of the time you have to
You can do your transform groups in Blender, and it'll kick over to GE. I
A lot
did
of
it with my crumbler.
back.
There's scatter time is always an error. So in the screenshots, Lee, you'll see Pete I'm working on, and if you look at the UV map on the right, that's set for color select because I'm not going to be using that skin that's on it. I just got it in there for just for some color for you.
Oh, okay.
But basically, that square will be actually white when I'm done. It's just going to be a white. I'm going to try to AO bake it, but I'll see how it comes out.
Huh.
But yeah, that's the problem is I have to make sure that I unwrap it properly to be able to get the AO bake properly. So, but that's in the color mat 0 position right there.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
there's two ways of doing it. Either hit color mat 0 up there, or down on the bottom you'll see some buttons that says up, down, left, right, or whatever. You can just hit down the down once, and then it'll be the same thing.
Yeah, just pick the first color thing, click that, and then move it down.
Yeah, and also too is when you're setting up the color select inside, and you're also your base color in GE is the first three numbers are your color of the color mat. The fourth number is actually the materials that are listed in the UDIM. So 0 would be actually the painted metal, and then there's you got plastic. I think 2 is chrome. So you got to make sure it's set to 0 when you set it up. That way you're getting the painted metal. That way you get the proper reflection on your paint in the game.
Oh, okay.
Almost
That's
like almost like with the cube map on it in 17.
yeah, that's
How I have
handy.
mine is nice. That's the painted metal. That's 0. That'll be your fourth number.
Hmm.
I've got this down pat now.
I wish I could get this down pat. I'm trying to steer with fucking fingers that don't like working right now.
From a cut.
When you take your left hand and put it over your right arm and your right hand.
Yeah.
Rebel laid down beside my feet, laid his head on my foot, and went to sleep.
Ow.
Get
He
link.
is out cold with his head laid on my foot.
Okay. Send this to you, and then I'm going for a smoke.
Thank you. Your RAM should be there pretty quick, and that will help you in Blender also.
Yeah, because I can AO bake, but I have to do it the cheap way.
Yeah, the baking.
Because I don't even with 8 gigs of RAM, I don't have anywhere near memory because it kills my computer to try to AO bake. Because usually it crashes my Blender when I try to AO bake the proper way.
I baked that before I even got on Discord today because of the
Damn
fact
it.
even my computer baking at 2048, it takes a lot.
Yeah.
It just totally destroys Discord.
Yeah. Because I got to finish. I have another mod I got to do, another truck. It's an International Legal 9300.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've had that model for quite some time, and it's detailed too.
That will be a nice one.
Yeah. And I got that other Kenworth to finish. The 609. T609. I got that one to finish. I got I got like I got 4 or 5 semis to do, and several of them are already ready to come out of Blender too. They're already set up, textured, and everything, right?
Damn. Yeah, like I said, mine. If I try to run Discord, I can do it. It just I can't hear anything. Nobody can hear me. It's like while it's baking. When it finishes baking, it's cool, but it's
Yeah.
that intensive when you're baking at 2048.
Okay, I'll be back in a couple minutes.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
It's the left hand turning that's being a pain in my ass. I have to keep switching buttons.
All right, let's
Ah.
get this mess off my desktop.
This is what happens when you ain't been a mechanic for how many months? Since October? Your hands get soft and the slightest thing fucking cuts them.
It probably would have still cut you, but maybe not as much.
Nah, that wouldn't have cut me half. Nowhere near. It probably would have even drawn blood.
Oh, really?
Yeah. As much as I use my fingers and whatnot.
Let's see.
Yeah, Brett, I cut my fingers today taking
How'd
trash
you
out.
do that?
I was taking the trash out, cleaned off my deck, and there was a broken flower pot. And when I went to take it out of the back of my Jeep, I must have just hit the glaze on it just right.
Oh,
Sliced the
jeez.
tips of my
How
fucking
bad
fingers.
you cut them?
Oh, got 2 of my fucking fingers sliced open. Right on the fucking tips
Nice.
that I use to, control buttons.
Bad enough that
It left a trail of blood.
Not good.
Hands got soft after all these months of not working on cars.
yeah, let's see.
I try not to cut my hands. I'll tell you the worst thing that you could ever do, and I've done it twice, and every time I do it for a farmer or myself, it's like I know not to do it, but
But you still do
you
it anyway.
you still do it. Is changing cultivator shovels.
Uh-huh.
The bolts get worn down.
Oh,
Don't
shit.
ever put your finger on the back side of the carriage bolt.
Oh, no, that fucker
Because
will
as
grind
soon
right
as you
into your
buzz
finger.
that nut, that gets loose and it comes up, man, that thing is like a spinning razor.
Yep.
And it don't matter how many gloves you got on, you're not gonna stop that.
Oh no! And I mean, well, I don't usually wear gloves, but I had gloves on. It cut through a leather glove and it whacked my finger good. I'm like, damn it! And my buddy's like, I told you, and I said, I know.
Habit.
I was thinking about it, and you just get in a hurry, and you get. I'm like, oh, I'm about done. You get, oh, I got 4 more to go, and then you grab it, and it zip, and it's like, oh man.
It hurts like hell.
I really, be honest with you, being in the business 30 years, I've never really boogered my fingers up really, really bad.
Well, I have.
When I was early on in my early 20s, I used to get cuts and bruises and stuff, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, there's got to be a better way to do this. Bust the knuckles. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, if I know that thing's going to slip, I make sure I either use the palm of my hand. One time, I don't remember what I was doing. I had a wrench. I was doing something. I was working at ProCare. I was working overhead. And I was trying to take a bolt loose. I think I was taking a manifold bolt loose or something. And I had a wrench on the top. It had bolts clean through the manifold.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the hold of the wrench, and I had that ball busting snap on ratchet.
Oh,
That
God.
one that'll
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
the one
I
that's got
used
the
to have
push
one.
button.
Mm-hmm. I had that one.
And my hand it caught my hand in it my index finger got jammed on the button, so I couldn't pull it, and
Oh.
it got jammed up in there. So I had to disconnect the air hose so it wouldn't keep running.
Mm-hmm.
And the wrench popped off, slipped out of my hands, and I'm looking up, and that wrench come down and hit me right in the top lip, went clean through my lip and smacked my tooth.
Ooh.
Oh man, did that hurt for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Worst one I've got in the last few years is doing a set of rims tires on a Volvo. I had my hand stretched out over the bar, but when that fucker come around, it came down so fucking quick. When the bead come up over, that it literally put my finger into the little freaking slot of the rim. And before I could get my hand back out, the fucking machine was still turning. Yeah, it split my finger wide open, twisted it. Yeah, I went to the ER on that one.
I'm sure.
If I'd been wearing my gloves, that wouldn't have happened. But I was wearing a fucking stupid rubber glove shit. Those things don't protect your hands from anything except dirt.
I don't know where they leather mechanic, the ones that fit my hands tight.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't know. They say playing the guitar, it does. It makes your fingers really tough. But I still, uh, I don't know. I like to feel the strings. I don't want to. My hands used to be rough. Couldn't play the guitar as good. Then I don't know. It just I couldn't feel the guitar as good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I always started wearing mechanic gloves, especially when I was playing a lot, because I didn't want to be playing and screw up.
I go through so many fucking mechanics gloves that ain't even funny now.
They don't last long like they used. The first pair I bought lasted a long time. Second pair was like, eh.
Hell, sometimes I swear to God the fucking Harbor Freight ones last longer than the Snap-on ones.
Oh, they got snap-on gloves now.
Snap-on shit's getting so overrated.
It is.
I use the actual ones that are called mechanics wear, like the NASCAR guys use. You
That
can grab some. You can
no,
grab some.
they don't
You don't
last
like.
long either.
Hmm.
I got sick of paying for $30-$40 for those fucking things,
They are high,
only to have
but
them last a month, if that.
I've grabbed some hot pieces with them before, and they.
You know, NASCAR drivers only need them for one fucking day.
Yeah,
Mechanics need them for fucking months,
yeah.
and they don't last but more than a freaking couple weeks.
Oh, fitting this interior in this truck's gonna be a pain.
God, this is such a pain in the ass trying to drive with freaking. I can't use two fingers. Hello, Joe.
Hey.
Why am I speaking to you fuckers? Y'all left me last night high and dry all night long. All of you. All but Joe Liquid, he went on. And Winston went to bed, so that's okay.
I had to go get on the phone and I ended up going to sleep.
I was gone.
Where did you go?
My daughters.
Oh, I thought you was taking your daughter's car or doing something.
I already had done that.
Yeah.
And then she invited us to dinner afterward.
Oh,
Yeah, he had the best of both worlds.
yeah, he did. Left me here with shitty Smitty crying murder.
Oh shit.
Now I'm trying to play with fucking two fingers wrapped up in band-aids.
What'd you do that for?
I didn't. It was fucking sharp ass fucking what do you want to call it there? The glazing or whatever on flower pot. I was taking my trash out and cut my fucking fingertips open.
Man.
Yeah, I'm not happy either.
Hey,
Tab.
who killed that poor Ford? Stuck it in the ground.
Huh?
So much for the Ford. There's a screenshot of the Ford up there.
I don't think that's a Ford.
Got a Ford emblem up there. Ford dealership.
I think that's a Kenworth.
Just parked in the Ford dealer. That's what happened. Ford's fall apart.
Oh, yeah, the Kenworth. It's the start of a Kenworth. Trying to fit the interior in this thing now. Oh my goodness, thing.
Are you getting anywhere with it?
Thanks to Winston, yeah.
Well, good.
I couldn't get the wheels right. He got them right, so now I just got to get the interior to fit, which is gonna be awesomely fun. Let's see this lawn.
Ah, got it sitting up pretty now.
Yeah.
I wish somebody could fix my feeder deal and make it a multicolor.
That's 0.012.
Bar none, best truck in the game. Drives better than any truck out there.
Big valve income. I mean, too much. Oh, wait a minute. Did they have this slid back in the sleeper?
Ooh.
No, it wasn't back in the sleeper.
I wonder if I'm going to piss them off when I keep sharing pictures of the Dakota on there.
I think I'll put a goat farm in and a rabbit farm.
Alright, there's something different in this truck and the one in the other one.
Turning right is easy. It's when I got to turn left that I can't use those two fingers.
One's got an angle roof, one's got a flat roof. But I don't know if they're gonna have an interior.
What you say you cut it on the garbage thing? Glaze or what?
I think it was the glaze on the flower pot. Because the flower pot was broken. And when I went to grab it out of my Jeep, I must have just slid my hand just right against that glaze and it was razor sharp.
Mmm. We have a different shaped cab here. One is rounded roof, one's flat. So that interior ain't gonna work. We'll see.
Got that part done.
Oh, quit that.
Harvesting potatoes.
Harvesting taters. I'm working on this truck again with this mouse wired up. Oh, great. I'm going to cut some of this interior off. I had to go do that for that one. Mmm. I see.
Does the Aeromax get dirty?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see some dirt on the tires.
About 3 fields, she'll be filthy. 4 fields, it'll be muddy. Really bad. Mm.
Hey Jim,
Yeah.
did you is your drives digital drives?
Digital drive?
Yeah, you know, the hard drive.
Camera interiors.
I got one SSD. The rest of them are all regular drives that I know.
What is the SSD like?
We think it's just a little fucking memory card, basically.
Oh, okay. What's the difference between that and the digital drive?
Don't
The
know.
SSD is a lot faster, but
Well, yeah, speed wise, yeah, there's a huge difference.
God wants the speed wise. Where the hell you plug the SSD at?
it will make it your main drive. Well, you don't have to, but normally you make it your main drive and load Windows and everything onto it.
Yeah, but wouldn't I put Windows on the M2?
Oh, if you're gonna get an M2 and gonna work, you don't need an SSD.
Yeah, I do. I need a drive to run Windows, but I also want like a fast drive for my other stuff.
Let's see, let's see.
Now, I don't have to defrag it, or you don't have to defrag M2s or
No, the SSDs, I almost messed up when I first got mine. I was getting ready to defrag it. I thought of it, whoa, I don't have to.
no. No digital and SSD, you don't defrag that stuff.
God, I can't fucking drive worth a damn right now.
I'm sick of looking for houses try to make a town. Make me look like, I mean, the houses out there, most of them look like they belong in a coal field somewhere. They're old or back in the 30s and 40s. Very few American houses.
I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna probably screw up, but comes to blender.
Did you that link I gave you the other what was it, yesterday or the day before? Did you get the all elect trailer out of there, Roger? Pretty nice trailer.
Oh, they have one for 19 in there.
Mm-hmm. It's a belt. It's a belt
Yeah.
trailer. It's good for like root crops.
Oh yeah. I didn't see that in there. I would have definitely grabbed it. I gotta try to butcher interior, man. The one that's coming in the truck.
Any trailer I work on is set up to do every crop.
Yeah.
I set them all to bulk for a reason. And you can use any trailer for anything.
Oh yeah, it's very handy. Oh shit! Damn, I wish Bart was Marty. He cut this interior down in a second.
This one has a good force. I'm gonna put it
Alright, let's see.
US. US.
I'm not an ass.
US dollar.
I don't know why you keep saying you ass. I'm not an ass.
I didn't say US dollar. I had no way in my
This truck has a slanted roof.
UAL script on it.
Never gonna get that interior in there.
You'll find it. You won't put all that in there. You'll find it.
Go ahead, I'm cramping my fucking hand at this rate. And I just got out of the tractor. Damn it. Did I hit that wrong button?
Single roll. You know, move all those. I got a 3 roll of 4.
Mmm.
Damn it. Trying to play like this gives new meaning to just the tip.
Two different damn calves. Well, not exactly the same. But one calf is rounded, one's flat. Interior is not gonna work.
Is the fifth wheel sliderable on that Aeromax?
It is no, it's not slidable. That again is over my pay grade.
That's over your mod pay grade.
Yeah, I have no clue how to make them. That's all in the scripting.
I could actually probably put it on there and get it working.
That would be nice.
I just have to get one that has it, look at how it's configured and import it in. I could probably do it. There's a lot of things I could probably do, but I choose. Wow, what the hell? This thing's jumping all over the freaking place. Not turning very nice.
What, the 4?
Yeah, might be the trailer.
I've normally used the, what's the trailers that come in game? I don't usually have an issue with it. Now, when you pull off with a heavy load, the front end will like pop up like, the old truck.
Oh, that's what's the matter with it. It's got 50,000 liters of potatoes on it, and that's what's happening.
Oh, I like that though, because remember the old trucks used to pop up in the front end when you're shifting in the
Yeah, I think what was that Kenworth in 15 when you took off the front end with torque?
Yeah, that right there is just totally the mass. It's not dead on perfect, but I liked it. So I was like, it actually got a little jump like you shifting the second gear here. So I didn't really argue with it. I was like, that's cool. All of the trucks do that I make because it's like, I mean, all it is just the math a little bit, but I mean, they work. I kind of like it because in
Really,
yeah, I
this
like
fucking building, the sugar beets bleed out the back. Oh,
yeah. It's so long.
what a freaking garbage.
It's so long. It's what size? Long. There's a
I'll
0.
have to put a shed to put store sugar beets in now.
Exactly. What you doing, buddy? You're not in my way. You're not in my way. Thinking.
Yeah, I read something on Facebook that when you put a placeable in this map, they got it fixed. They're just got to fix a lot of other bugs. You put it in there, you can't put another placeable in until you save it and go back out and then come back in the game.
Oh,
It's because they didn't do their stuff right. I know exactly how to fix that.
Well, how do you fix that?
0.
You got to create a new game, and you got to let it just go through. Don't do anything. Just create a game, save it, go back out, and then you got to go into the save game, and you got to get the it's a certain placeables file that it creates, and you have to replace the one in the map to do it. It's either that or they didn't do the set the ground collisions right and proper. One of the two, because you notice my maps don't do that.
Rebel on him. Just scratching the living shit
So-
out of him.
They don't know all the ins and outs of 19 yet, apparently. I can't remember what fucking file it is. I gotta go look myself.
It's the where you save your.
Oh,
Well, there ain't much room for placeables on this big dairy farm, Roger.
I know. I saw that last
I
night.
can't really play anyway. My hands are already cramping up because I gotta fucking keep switching the way I push the buttons. The PLC COL map.grle is what it creates and has to be replaced inside the map that you're playing on.
So I could replace it in the map that I saved now.
As long as it's a fresh save with nothing done to it.
Oh, it has to be a fresh save
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
with no placeables.
No placeables.
Well, I think this has placeables in it.
No placeables that you've tried to place.
Oh, well, I haven't done that yet, so maybe I should try it.
Yeah, you gotta copy that, put it in the maps folder where it belongs, where all the other files like it are, and then you have to rename it and delete the one that's there.
Let me look here.
Because neither of my maps have that problem because I already fixed it way in advance.
So I go to my save game. This is over here. Oh shit, which one was it?
Yeah, I'm having a real hard
This
time.
one right here. Is it 924? God, it's 930 already. Some buck. Okay, go to the save game, and then what is it?
Oh, I could go back and look now. It's PLC COL map.grle.
Yep, collision map.
Yeah.
PLC COL MAP GRLE.
Yeah, you gotta go into the map. You gotta unzip the map that you're playing. Go in there,
Okay.
find the file that's similar to it, paste that one in there, then delete the other one and rename it to match the one that you deleted.
I laid the stuff on table.
Paste this one that I'm on my save game in there.
Yes.
I laid it on table because I don't know how you. I mean, I can do
So
it.
copy this file.
And unless the map is seriously fucked up, it should straighten that out.
All right. So then go, and I gotta unzip the one that I'm using.
Because I mean, all I want to do is cut a piece of bubble wrap, wrap it around the table, and it will. Bubble wrap. Oh, I don't know how to do it. Let's wrap it in a piece of paper. We'll wrap a bubble wrap on. I don't know.
Something like that, yeah.
I haven't heard my ducks yet either.
Come on. This is such a pain in the ass to play like this.
Yeah, them audio strips is what you gotta watch. They stack up. And now you gotta make very short. I don't know how you short the file to get them in.
So we need to copy the save game 5, this map.
Let me get
Copy this. Where would that file go, Jim?
It's in the maps folders.
In the maps folder.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Jesus, there's like 3 of them in here.
That's half the problem right there.
Map 01 I3D collision map GRLE. Map 01. There's 3 of them in here.
All right. Guys, I'm going to stop streaming because I'm having a hard enough time trying to play with fucking 2 fingers. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow.